Hello. Well, hello. This is only me. I was waiting for our meeting, and it seems like one of our team members dropped the class. So he replied to our emails, and he said that he was not going to take this class. And it seems like the other member of the team didn't show up. I was supposed to meet at 9 p.m. MST time, which for me it's 10 p.m. here in Ecuador, and I've been waiting for half an hour. But yeah, I'm just gonna cover a little bit some of the points that we need to cover for the meeting. Well, even though it's not a meeting, but I need to do it anyway. So I will start by providing a brief summary of what the case is. Steven Carpenter at Cake Financial. So as a summary, after graduating from Harvard Business School, Steve Carpenter worked for Real Networks in order to get product and general management experience. Uh, he really wanted to have his own business, so he worked here in order to get the experience he needed. So in 2005, Carpenter elaborated a plan that leveraged social networks to help individuals become better investors. So that was something he wanted to do his business on. So in a research done by him, he pointed out that only 6% of 40 million people, or 40 million investors, sorry, feel that they have everything they needed. So it's a pretty low number. So he wanted to address this issue and solve the problem in this case, the problem they were facing. In 2006, he created a K Financial, which is an investment information and disruptive advisory service for individual investors. Sorry. So Carpenter believed that Cake will solve all problems of investors that investors were dealing with at the time. He faced also some other issues, like building platforms. Not every investor was the same, so he realized that some actions might be done differently while in the process. So something crucial was to obtain data directly from brokers, and one of the companies that were offering those services at the time was Yardley, but he was not satisfied with the product, so he didn't want it to work with them. Another factor was creating backend systems. In his words, he said, "I didn't spend nearly as much time on the design of Cake front end consumer website as I should have." So he's facing some issues. He didn't spend time and effort as he's supposed to be. So some of the issues were that the customers didn't find were not having their problem solved. When he launched the first version of his platform, specific issues arise, as the visual design, uh, virality with friends and family didn't happen. They thought they were able to get users a new user from every five new users, but it didn't happen either. So they tend to work on this again, but still, when the second version was launched, um, still they have some issues. He would focus on raising more capital. They also decided to focus on specific investor profiles, day traders, active investors, and mainstream passive investors. So they realized that there were different types of investors. Like in the class, it was said that not everyone, because it's an investor, not everyone's going to be interested in his services. But because they all have different needs and stuff, so he realized these three types of investors. They were attracting them, but a very slow pace. So 2008, after being desperate uh, and interview about 60 people, he hired a guy called Tony. to help with the project. This Tony was an investor with a lot of years of experience, and he had a lot of successes. So when finally they launched the version 3, they got as well some new lessons. Tony helped a lot to build it, but still they have things to do. So even though with all those changes, they still were not getting the amount of revenue he hoped for in 2010. So he took the final decision to sell the company. It was here when he was wondering what he could have done better in order to do not have to sell his company or generating more profit. Well, um, I was from the what we were supposed to do here is um, okay. There's no. It says that okay, the customer value proposition was that he wanted to give to the investor something that they were looking for. They were not very satisfied. I mean, very few of them, the 6% as mentioned before, they feel like they have everything, but it wasn't like that. So he tried to build something to put everything into a platform so investors can look at it and see and have all that they needed. That was the issue. So he elaborated the market plan and he did good on doing research and stuff. Also, he hired people to work with the technology and the operations strategy. Um, Also, the way that they will generate revenue. But seems like there was something missing, and he didn't have that much success. So I think that a different way to go ahead with the business model was basically to from the very beginning to invest more of his time and his efforts on doing the research. Process of I was in the process of building his company that he realized these different type of customers. I mean investors, and also he realized that um, uh, not all wanted the same thing. They were also he realized, for example, after the third version, that there were financial companies that were more willing to use his services as Bloomer, Thompson, and the Street. From the case, we can say it says these companies each had an audience interested in investing, and they all wanted personalized applications so they could diversify the revenue based away from advertising. So, which means is that there were a lot of things that they realized while doing the business, which at some point is good because that's the pivot, right? You were doing something and then you realize that that's not the way. But if he should have done a little bit better with that from the very beginning, it should have been so much better. Also, on building the platform, uh, he has his team to help him with that. But when the issues arise and when they saw that something had to be done in a different way, the team didn't feel comfortable in doing those changes. So what I think that's something he could also have done better is in searching or hiring his team. Because even though they were professionals and they knew how to do their job, but they were not like really willing to work for the company, to work for uh, possible issues and look for a way to solve them. It says in the case that he hired a third company to interview people, and then he got Tony, for example. So he should have done before. I mean, Tony did a really good job in supporting him. But if he should have done that before, maybe he should have like two or three Tonys instead of only one. So that would be something that could have helped a lot in his project. I mean, as mentioned before, he should look for doing a better research between investors, as it shows in the case that, well, he was building his platform. He learned about the different types of investors and what they were looking for. So another recommendation also would be to get his team by doing a research as well. Channels, but didn't act like then when issues arise. So as a conclusion, I would say that um, lessons that could have been done better is to start by finding the right people at the very beginning, those who from could foresee upcoming issues and possible solutions for them. In order to find the right people, they could have been hire the search company in advance. Once having the right people, they should have done the right research in this time to study the investors better, platform in order to solve the specific necessities from their future customers. And that's something that I would say that would help a lot with the case. And yeah, that's basically all that I can say for the type of the meeting that we were going to have.
Hello, Andres.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. Sorry for being a little late. Um, I just arrived to my home.
Oh, I see. Well, it's all right. I was just recording it everything by myself because yeah, I thought you guys were not going to make it, so you got here just in the last time. So well,
Yeah.
if you have something to share, something to say about the case, would be awesome. Because yeah, I have to go. And yeah, what do you think about the case, and what would be a different thing that Carpenter should have done better?
Um, well, I think this key financial was neglected because they need to reach a critical mass about 9 million of venture capital. Um, uh, According to San Francisco-based internet company, they need to enable a user to communicate with each other about their portfolio. Um, I think when we have financial situations, there are the different pathway to choose, and uh, Steve Carpenter could uh, make other decision about the financial decisions.
Yeah, sure. And what would be like a better decision? What do you think?
Um, well, I think they need to do several pivots in business model, position, and strategy, and according to the market commands. Um, yes, I don't know what do you know about the case?
Well, yeah, as I was saying before, I was going through the case, and it seems like, he did a good job at the very beginning on doing research and stuff. But as you mentioned it about the pivot, it is like, while in the process of doing the business, he realized that there were things that they should have done differently, as they found three types of investors. It's not like it's not like there is only one type of investors, only one type of people. It's not because everyone needs to eat that everyone's going to go to the restaurant, to your restaurant, and buy food. You should do some research in order to see the type of people that are going to go to your business, the type of food that you're going to offer to them, etc. So what I was thinking is that the type of investors were different. So they were, after the first version was launched, focus on those things. And After the second version was launched, they were raising more capital, and they he has to fire working on the platform because they were not agreed to. Well, they didn't feel comfortable making the necessary changes, so he needed to look for another company in order to hire some other people. And when that happened, he found Tony. Really good job supporting him, right? So I think that he should have done that before, because after doing a really good research and finding the right people, maybe he should have not only one Tony, but maybe two or three Tonys who are investors with a good background and a lot of experience, and they should have saved a lot of money and working on that as well. So something that I should have done different in his case, right, would be like doing a little bit better on the research of the right people, and also working with those people to look for the right segments, and then focusing on the needs of the investors. He said from the case that not everyone, only 6% of 14 million people, or investors, sorry, they were said that they have everything they needed. It was a pretty low number, so there was a lot to do, but you can do a lot when you really know, in this case, the type of investors that you needed, to have in your business.
Yes. During this semesters, I have studied some courses about entrepreneurship. Um, I learned that it's very important the innovation and the relation we have with customer. In this case, I think cake company or carpenter need to do something differently about the technology, um, because a customer need to have better attention, customer attention in the technology platform of the cake, because they need a better target customer and respond to their unique needs. I think this is an important um, attribute or an important quality of a company. Recently, I was having problem with my car, um, and it's Nissan, and this company. Uh, I talked with the customer uh, assistant, and I asked mechanical maintenance or correction. Um, Generally, they are very friendly in calling, but in person with the mechanic, the attention is not as well as calling attention. So in the case of the comparison with this case, I think the company need to have the same attention for customers. Um, uh, I also think, but also I think Carpenter made right decision about financial support and how to get a prominent investor to. Uh, I don't know if what do you think about the changes, other changes the company need to do in this case.
Well, as you mentioned it, that yeah, he took the right decision on what he was doing. I think he learned a lot of lessons, as we all do. As those mentioned it before, I don't think of any other maybe possible changes that I mentioned it before. And yeah, I was also thinking on the pivot thing, and that we learn things while we are in the process of doing something. That these Harvard Business Review cases are really good in the way that we all are learning about business and how to build businesses and we need to take into consideration all of these issues so we can do so different, right? We are building our own businesses and stuff. Well, that's the only thing I can say right now.
Yes. Um, okay. What about we have other companion, other classmate in the group mate?
Well, I think that we were
Only.
four. I think that we were four peers. I'm not pretty sure about that, but the only one, I mean, one of them, he said he dropped the class, so it seems like we
Yes.
were three left, but I'm not pretty sure about that. So far, it seems like it's only the two of us. But yeah, it sounds good as soon as as long as we can meet together. And this time sound good to you?
Yes. Well, where are you from?
Ecuador.
You're from Ecuador? What city?
Yeah.
Guayaquil?
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay. You're from Manta.
Sounds good. Cuenca.
Ah, Cuenca. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, Cuenca. But in what group of pathway did you graduate? The first, second,
Uh,
third?
I am from the first group, 2013.
Okay, with Juber Miranda. Okay.
Yeah, that was Huber and all of those guys. Yeah, that was from the first group. It was a nice group, huh? It was nice to be there. I had to
Yes,
travel to Guayaquil
I
every
was.
Thursday and stuff. It was the same for you,
I
right?
was. I was in the second group. The second
You
group.
were in the second.
I have. Yes, I have other companion and other classmate. Joseph Cedeño. He is from
Yeah,
Cuenca.
yeah.
He's
He's
from
came back
Cuenca.
from his mission.
Yes, he served in Argentina, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
He's just back from his mission, and yeah,
Yes.
he's been doing great so
Um,
far.
what time? How many credits do you have?
Do I take?
Sorry?
How many credits do I take?
No, you have until this moment.
At this moment, well, I have like 100 or something. So yeah, this is almost my last semester. The next one is going to be my last semester. This is my last year.
In business management, I think.
Yeah, business management. So
Okay.
next semester, I'm going to take 9 credits, and that will be all.
Wow.
Finally.
Okay. Sorry for keeping this time in this question, but
It's all right.
generally
It's all right.
I don't have
That
other
happens.
Ecuadorian. And how about the internship course?
Well,
You
it really
this course?
depends because yeah, it really depends because if if you're going to work for another company or something, yeah, it's strongly suggested that you do the internship. In my case, I've been working on my own business from all these years. So basically, I'm applying everything I learned from the university into my business. So what we do is you still send an application telling that you're going to do the internship because that's required for your graduation. But you do a new project. It's called a new project. So you need to work on your project. I already sent the application. You have to do that one semester before the last one. So you submit your application. It, they reply to me, but I need to send some other info so I can be working on my project. I mean, on my own business for maybe
Okay,
next month or something.
okay. So you need to study only the last the last semester, or um,
Yeah, normally you have to submit your internship graduation one semester before the last one.
before
So
the last one.
this
Okay,
one, yeah, this one mine
it's
is
good to know.
before the last one. I have one more left. So because you need to work on your internship on the last semester as a senior, right?
How many courses? Is one or two internship courses
It's only one. It's only one for 3 credits
with two
because
credits?
it's
Okay,
398 or something. Yeah, you need to take three
then
credits. So it's about
you
like
have to
300
do
hours.
homework. You have to do assignment or only dedicate time to your internship.
Well, I don't know so far exactly, but basically you need to present the project you're going to work on, and you need to, for example, in my case, it's 300 hours that I need to work on the project, and you have obviously to make a plan on how your project is going to be, also, the results that you're going to get and the work that you're doing and stuff. So, yeah, that's what you have to do.
Okay, because um, I'm very interested
When are you
in
taking
about
your
this.
internship?
Yes. How is a financial course? I think to take this course next semester.
Financial course? It
Financial management.
depends. It's not pretty. It's not difficult. I mean, it's quite easy, and yeah, I think it depends on on your make your graduation plan. Because when I did it in my first semester, I just changed a little things there, the order a little bit better according to the time that I wanted to do so. So I just took it last semester, that financial class. But it's going to be pretty easy because the very first semester there was another type of financial something, and you basically do a lot of exercises, focus on future value and stuff. So when you work on this class, it's not really something too difficult to do. Something that was hard to me was accounting because I never had accounting before, so it took a lot of time to me too. Yeah,
Accounting and economy.
I didn't
Economy.
like it. I didn't enjoy it too much. Pretty tough too. I didn't enjoy too much
And
those two classes.
it is in this case we need to apply a little, or in these cases we have to apply a little concept about financial. I think because
Yeah, yeah. You need to read the numbers and stuff and put some data there. But I don't think it's something. Yeah, you have to spend some time on it to understand them and put the right info. Well, as it said before, it's not like there is a right answer or not, but they want to see if you understand the case and if you really, are trying to be into it.
yes, yes. Um, well, the difficulty is because I cannot dedicate a lot of time because my caring and my job and my family. It's a little difficult for me, but I have to do the best I can. Um,
Yeah, sure, sure. We're in the same spot, man. Have family, work, study. It's a lot. But yeah, you're gonna make it.
yes,
We're gonna make it after all. So
yes. I just returned from. I am calling with a lot of responsibility in my stake with uh, my duties. I am learning a lot of um, because I received a calling as stake president in Manta like 1 year before or 10 months before ago
you were
10
called
months
as
ago.
state president.
Stake president, yeah. It's
How
interesting.
old are you?
I am 10 now this month in April. I was 28 years old.
Oh wow, that's good.
And sometimes it's overwhelming.
For sure, for sure.
But okay, or the Lord I commanded. In some cases, I don't have the opportunity to read totally because
Yeah,
time is my
I
principal
understand.
enemy.
That's all
Yeah,
right. You're serving the Lord. You're doing your job. The Lord is gonna show some
yeah.
mercy to you.
Um, what
Blessings
about
are
you?
gonna fall upon you.
Are you married?
I'm married. I am. I have a. My daughter is gonna be almost 1 year old. Yeah, I'm married. I work the word, and yeah, I do a
But
couple stuff.
you have your own business. You
Yes, I
told me.
do. Yes, I do.
Okay, this is an advantage. And
Yeah, I've been
this is
working hard for that. I've been working
yes,
hard for that.
but I want to create my own business someday. Someday, I don't know, but
You will, yes. I think that studying at BYU Idaho is a great blessing because teaching you everything you need to know in order to build your business. And well, I had this idea before, but since I've been studying it, started pilot program stuff, I was able to get more insights on what to do. And yeah, this last 2 years being as a junior and as a senior, I had a chance to
and
apply
yes,
all those things in the business. So yeah,
in
sure.
these entrepreneur courses, we need to analyze and learn much about different cases in companies. Some cases are real. For example, this case, Carpenter and Dropbox. Um,
Yeah,
I have
sure.
learned a lot about the field of other companies uh, or in someday
Yeah,
to create my
I
own
do
business.
agree. I do
Um,
agree.
we need to ask question more about the case. Um,
Well, I think that's all that we all discuss it as well. I have to go as well. But yeah, it was good to talk to you, and it's great to have one
yes,
compañero
it's the
del
first
país.
time. Yo nunca tuve un compañero, nunca me topé con un compañero del primer grupo. Siempre
Well, it's
quería
the
saber
first time
qué
for
pasaba,
everyone.
dónde estaban. I communicated with Juber Miranda. This was only the and Cindy Monge. I don't
Yeah,
know
she was my
what.
peer partner, Cindy.
She
Yeah, she
continued.
was nice.
She's continuing study.
I've not been in contact with her for the last years. In contact with Uber. He works at the temple, so yeah, we've been in touch with him a lot. He was actually in my city. We were trying to do some business together, but because of the distance, we couldn't do it. So maybe in the future. But yeah, uh,
With
well,
Juber.
I mean, it's great to be able to talk with you, and yeah, nice to see that someone who's working hard on the work of the Lord. Keep on working hard on it. Take care of your steak. And
Yes,
yeah, I have to go by now,
you
but
are welcome when you went to visit Manta. You're welcome here. Really, we
thanks
have
so much.
beautiful
My
beach.
brother wants to get married, so we have some referrals there. That would be nice.
Hey, we have many beach and other beautiful city here to visit, to eat. The Manabi, the food is very good, very good.
Nice, nice.
Beach,
Okay, so
cebollado.
on Friday again.
Yes. In the same time,
Same hour.
10 o'clock for Ecuadorian time.
Yeah, let's just talk about Ecuadorian time because it seems like we're the only ones. So let's do at 10 p.m. I think it's a better time so you can, do your things, and
Yes,
I also can do mine.
yes. I was when I sent the email. I was in the chapel. So I have to travel to my home. and for this reason I connect a little late. But on Friday, I will connect uh,
Earlier.
five
Yeah,
minutes
it's
before the
okay.
PM.
Sounds great. Okay, so have a good night, and yeah, I'll see you on
Good
Friday
night.
then. See
Okay,
ya.
see you Friday. Hey, if you can, I have a little trouble. I'm confusing about my graduation plan. If you can help me, send me your plan to see and analyze what course I need to study. This will be
Would
very
be
helpful for
great.
me.
We can discuss a little bit about that, about the plan and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yes, because I have 92 credits, but I am confusing about what credit I missed.
You're missing.
I'm
Yeah,
missing, yeah.
yeah. Well, we can talk a little bit about that, and yeah, I can give you a hand
Okay,
with it.
okay, okay.
All
Thank you
right, so
very much.
have a good time, man. You're so
Equally, the
welcome.
same for
See
you.
ya.
Bye.
Goodbye.